Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you had a great holiday. You all made it without overeating. Uh, we got Daryl up on the panel here with me. Got Lisa Ann. She's making some coffee. Hi, Lisa Ann. We got Wayne. How you doing, brother? Thank you for stopping in. Ben's workshop. How you doing? So, uh, I took this time to do a lot of work in the shop. Uh, I've been Thursday I went for Thanksgiving dinner. Then Thursday evening. I didn't make it out to the shop. I just kind of hung out at the house. But then Friday and Saturday, I was out there working on getting that furnace and everything all hooked up. She's up. She's running. It is awesome.
Good deal. Hey, Lisa Ann, Wayne, Bean, how's everybody doing? Yeah, the only thing about it, you could go out and work in that shop after you get it cleaned up, and then you got to get it dirtied up again, and have to start over.
Oh no, I'm going to work on keeping it somewhat organized. It ain't completely organized yet, but I'm gonna work on both halves of it.
You know how many times I've said that same thing, Rich, until I go back out and work with something else. And
yeah, Scott, the roof job. We're working on it. Just waiting to hear back from the insurance company. So as soon as we hear back from the insurance company, they'll start putting it on. And yes, Ben, that is the benefit of doing this. I can come home to a nice warm shop or warm it up relatively quickly. Uh, I actually finished it up and got it going Friday. Saturday morning, I went out. It was like 27 degrees outside. I kicked it on, and within 15 minutes, it was 65 degrees in there. So, yeah, I can come home, turn it on, go in the house, put my stuff away, get a fresh cup of coffee, and have a good warm shop to get busy in. So, John Clem, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. So, yeah, the like I said, the roof. They come out and they put the patch panels or patch shingles in, and we're just waiting to hear back from the insurance company whether they'll accept or doing the whole roof, or say I have to live with the patches, and by Ohio law, I don't have to live with the patches. It has to match the pre-existing roof, and it does not. So I'm doing excellent, John. Like I said, I just got that furnace hooked up, and I ran it probably an hour Friday night after I got everything done, and then Saturday I ran it for probably 2 hours till I got the used oil burner up and going. So, hey, Roadrunner, how you doing?
hey, Roadrunner, and John Clem,
the nicest thing about it is it's instant heat. It is not. Um, it is not delayed. It don't have the smell of the kerosene heater, the kerosene torpedo heater or anything. You turn the power on, turn the thermostat up, and away we go.
Well, yeah, you ain't had done that white stuff yet, is you?
What's that?
I said you ain't got into that white stuff yet, have you?
No.
Nope. I don't like using them bad 4-letter words, so that's why I described it that
way. Yeah. But hopefully tomorrow after work I'll be starting a new project.
Cool.
I'm going to be, I don't want to say restoring, basically bringing back and improving one of my old pulling tractors.
Good deal.
Scott says he's got freezing rain. it just started raining here a little bit ago. We haven't had any freezing rain as of yet that I know of, but chances are we might get some. But hey, Willie, how you doing?
Hey, Willie.
They are calling for a chance of some snow throughout the week, so
I went out to the truck about midnight last night, and I couldn't. And the doggone frost was so thick on it, you couldn't. I couldn't even get at the door. The doors actually started trying to stick on it. So, but I think it was down like 24 right here. So.
Yeah, well, you're up on the mountain, so
Yeah.
Hey, there's Mater's Workshop. How you doing? 1 to 3 inches of snow possible. Yeah, they're. I don't think they're calling for any accumulation for us. Just flurries. Might be a little slick on the roads in the morning, but I ain't worried about it. So, yeah, but I am more than ecstatic. There'll be a video out Saturday on installing or upgrading the furnace. I guess converting it over and getting it going and everything. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in.
Hey, Bates. Rods. Yeah, it's.
That's awesome, Mater. But yeah, I still gotta do a little bit of organization, putting some more tools and stuff away. But other than that, I'm ready to start new projects. So I actually cleaned up after myself after installing that. Yes, Kevin, Bates Garage. Beard season is over for him. He switched positions at work and he has to wear a respirator. And by OSHA law, he cannot have a beard. He can have a mustache, but he can't have a beard. So his nice beard that he had going is El Gondo. So, yeah. He's back to the baby face. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited about getting going on the next project here. It's been something I've been wanting to do for the last couple years, and now I have room to do it, and and the means to do it, I guess. So it shouldn't cost me a whole bunch, but. Yes, Willie, he did. He got compensated for losing the beard. That's the only way he would take the position. So, but I think at my point in life and my beard, they would have to compensate me very, very well to shave my beard off and keep it off. Actually, yes, Scott. A 3-car addition would be awesome. I was actually looking Saturday night after I got done in the shop. I was looking at Versatube, I think it is. A lean-to for the backside. I just have to put in a pretty good chunk of fill to add on to it. But that seems like it would be the cheapest route to get it done. Their packages aren't all that expensive. If I was going to go with a concrete floor, that's where all the cost would be. Concrete is not cheap, and having to bring in a bunch of fill to bring the backside of the garage up high enough, out far enough, would be the big cost. Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
Is things getting back to normal over there, Tommy?
Really?
I seen where they had some uh, immigrant went crazy over there, and they would had stabbing people and all that stuff. I hope everything's okay with Tommy. Hey, second chance.
Hey, second chance. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I even got the trailer moved out of the yard yesterday and taken down and around and put it on behind the shed. Put up on some wood blocks for the winter so I can actually plow my driveway. Um, yeah, I was a busy boy yesterday. Moved my Dodge because last time I drove my Dodge, I just kind of backed it in the side parking spot there at an angle so I could get it out if I needed to. And so yesterday I got it started up and got it moved over and put in its winter parking spot. And so yeah, um, I've been kind of a busy boy, but
Stop your fussing.
I agree. I agree. Second chance. But we've been kind of lucky. We haven't we haven't had a, a deep cold, long stretch cold, like cold overnight, cold in the mornings, but up into the mid 30s or 40s uh, uh, in the afternoons. So yeah, in my opinion, it could stay like this the rest till spring. Like the next 4 months, it can stay like this and then just start getting warmer. But we all know it ain't gonna happen. You know, so and Mater, I did start watching your video, but I didn't realize what time it was here, and I had to click it off and come here and do the live stream. So I'll finish watching either after I get off the live stream or tomorrow morning when I'm sitting in a parking lot waiting to go to work. So um, I seen you made some purchases at Harbor Freight. I need to do a video on all the stuff I've bought over the last couple. Y'all, I'm telling you, I warned you it was going to be a bad deal for Harbor Freight to be so close to me. I bet you I'm in there every week. You know, I'm waiting for them to start calling me by name when I walk in.
Oh, Lowe's will welcome out and send by her first name, remember?
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Yeah, I'm glad everything's okay now, Tommy. It looked kind of bad on what I was seeing on TV. Yeah.
If the house and property is worth that much, Scott, and property investment's not a bad idea. You know, but uh, yeah, yeah, I made out pretty decent too, especially with their. I went in Thursday, Wednesday. They had the sale for the members, the card holder people, um, for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or was it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or whatever. Anyways, I picked up a couple things that I've been looking at, and when it was 40% off or something like that, I took advantage of it. So, but yeah, but I told y'all it's going to be a really bad idea for me to have one that close to home, especially on my way home. Sam's Garage, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Sam.
You know, I'm gonna have to start going the alternate route home. You know,
Hey,
that way
Rail.
that way that way I don't drive by. Hi, Rail, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. You know, it. Well, see, John. Wednesday when I got off work, I needed to go to the grocery store, and the grocery store happens to be in the same plaza as Harbor Freight. So I stopped by the grocery store and picked up some stuff for to cook my Thanksgiving take along meal and stuff. Just enough stuff to get me through till Saturday. And when I was backing out, I'm like, I need to get a couple things from Harbor Freight. I won't have time tomorrow, and I definitely ain't going Friday. So
Excuses.
I said I'll just stop in and get those couple things I need.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Yeah, yeah, $150 later.
Uh-oh.
Holy shit. What did you
But
buy me? Better be good.
I bought all kinds of stuff, but everything was on sale with the members discount. I think what is it, 30 or 40%? Majors at 30 or 40% for those last 3 days.
Listen at him justify his purchase now. Hell.
well, I got I've been going by Harbor Freight too because the coupons they don't ever send them out till right after I go past. If I had to go over, I'll go over to Christiansburg, Blacksburg over there. They always send the coupons out after I'm just left there. So I left that area, so I always get the emails with that on them after I leave. So I
Yeah, food is such a waste of money. I eat every day. I have cut down on what I eat and how much I eat. Um, I actually remade the spinach casserole that I made last week. I remade it today, but I used Italian sausage and I doubled the amount of spinach in it. So it actually gave me 8 meals. So I,
Popeye Ed
I
Ed's the new Popeye the Sailor Man.
hey, it tastes good. I like it. It's good for you.
All
You
right,
know.
now we just got to see you get you an olive oil now.
I need his tailbone.
Tommy, I think what he's talking about, Mr. Briggs, ain't that kind of what the tax assessed value of it is? Well, appeasement.
Uh, Maybe the appraisal was 120,000.
Yeah.
What they're saying it's the house is worth. Well, I guess based on what you'd pay taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes say it's worth 120,000. So, but yeah, I I bought some Bauer tools. I bought some clamps. I bought what else did I buy? A couple of them little 12 by 18 caster cart things. I love them things around the shop. You can sit stuff on them, roll it around, So, yeah, Willie, my snowplow tractor that I have uh, for years, if it wasn't running, the float needle would stick open a little bit. So if you shut the tractor off, fuel would pour out of the carburetor. But as long as it was running, it didn't do it. So I drove it. I used it like that for like a year and a half before I could get time to get it fixed. For as long as I can remember, it hasn't had a points cover on it, and I plow snow with it all the time. So, that hits my memory. I was working on one of our snow brushes at work, one of the Toro Groundsmasters, and just getting it ready for the winter season. Doing the oil changes, greasing everything, making sure everything's working good on them. And I found out the one on the bottom of the air cleaner has a cut cap. It comes on and it has a clamp around it. The bottom of that cup, I guess you'd call it, rusted completely out. These things suck in a lot of snow and it sticks on the inside, and then when we bring them inside and park them, it melts and apparently sits down there in the bottom. I figured, no big deal. I got an extra one up in storage that I pulled off one that, by 7 or 8 years ago to for parts. I pulled it off, went up and got it. Yeah, the the cup is fine, but when I pulled the old cup off, the old one, the band where that thing slides up on is gone. So there's nothing to clamp it to. So I got out the old Gorilla Tape, taped the thing in place. Well, put a new air filter in it, taped the thing in place, and I am getting, well, I didn't have time Wednesday before I left, but Monday I'll be ordering a new plastic housing because I checked the prices on replacement for one of those. It's like $600. That ain't happening. Hey, Sam, I've been in places like that where somebody comes in to do a job and they don't have half the tools they need. So, and hi, Fixer Strip It. I missed you coming in there, buddy. How you doing? Pate's Performance. How you doing?
Hey, Pates, Kane.
Hey, Kane. What's happening? And Kane, if you guys didn't see my post on my community page, I talked about merch. Kane said he would definitely wear a shirt with my face on it, and you know the deal on the back. I'm actually working on something like that. I got to change it up a little bit. It ended up looking kind of like Redbeard's Garage logo, and I don't want that. So we need to change it up a little bit, and so yeah, we may be having something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna work on it over Christmas break and the first of the year and see what's going on. I just don't like how expensive the merch is. Not that I want to make a huge profit off it. I don't want it to be so expensive that people won't buy it. $30 for a T-shirt. I don't care who's on it. I have a problem paying $30 for a T-shirt.
Well,
Oh, it's always good to have spare parts. See, I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a pack rat. I have spare parts.
well, I have a shop for spare parts. That's all I have. That's all my buildings that is out there is spare junk.
I may not have anything to use those spare parts on at the moment, but I have spare parts. If anybody needs I think it's a lower door panel for a Chevy Astro van, I've got one. I seen it when I was working on the furnace. So that's some of the stuff in the springtime when we can have the stuff come up. Yes, Bocce, I am not a hoarder. Thank you for coming in, dear.
All right, Kane. If there's anything left in Walmart, I'll go.
Oh, hey, Kane, take your gloves with you because I heard that now you got to unload the truck to bring the stuff in the store, stock the shelf, and then run it through self checkout. I'm not sure, but
Damn, look at that Christmas tree.
Hey, Butch.
I agree that most holidays are overrated. I like the food. I'm a food person, so having a holiday means we get some good food, really good food. I'm all about it. So, well, you're not supposed to gargle with the hydrogen peroxide.
I do.
You know, you're just supposed to like mix it with your
Water.
toothpaste and use it.
Different parts of water, hydrogen peroxide. I wouldn't even think it. Fucking tongue hurts. I can't eat anything.
No, Bocce, I'm not a hoarder. I just have, I don't want to say ADD, but I get distracted very easy. So when I start cleaning, I find something. I'm like, oh, I know, I needed that for this. And then I start working on that. I just need somebody to keep me on track. No. We're not going to work on that now. We're either going to keep it and work on it later, or we're throwing it away. Or organizing it better so we know where it's at when we need to use it to work on something. See?
Sound like fun there, Sam.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good time. Andy Lawn Tractor Sales.
For
How you
kids,
doing?
my fat butt wouldn't. I'd be give out in 2 minutes on a trampoline.
That's seeing that post by Sam about the taking the kids. He posted a picture of him and the wife and the kids on Thanksgiving. Has it really been that long since I've started doing YouTube and met Sam that his kids are like growing like weeds?
He can go to
I would have never recognized him if Sam wasn't in the picture, or Sam and his wife wasn't in the picture. They are. I mean, they're getting really, really big. I can remember when his little guy was just a little guy.
Hey, Andy.
So yeah. So if you want to venture up here, Bocce, and keep me on track, cleaning, I'll take the help. I'm gonna guess a Cub Cadet or a Wheel Horse. One of the two for your mystery tractor. I don't blame you for spending as much time with them as you possibly can, Sam. There will come a time that they won't want to hang out with Dad no more. Ding dong. So which one is it, a Cub Cadet or a Wheel Horse? But Bocce, I just got really good heat in the garage now, so winter's not 66 Cub Cadet or Cub Cadet. Cool. I've been looking at Marketplace too. Marketplace is a bad place for me.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it though, Ed, is you have one of them nor'easters or whatever just come across them lakes up there and come down across there. And Bocce could step off the back porch and go up to her neck before she realized it on her way out to the shop.
Very true. We could get a nor'easter, and they could dump a bunch of snow on us. And the way the wind comes across my property, we do get some pretty good drifts. So yeah, I'd have to tie a rope on her to or give her one of them bicycle flags. Sam, I'm gonna guess by seeing other ones that people have done, with the right gearing, over 60 miles an hour. I like second chance. I like looking at Marketplace. It's just there's some stuff on there that people are like they had to have been drinking before they put the stuff on. Yes. Yeah, Daryl, she's fun size. She's not
Well,
short.
yeah, but even fun size, and some of them damn blizzards I've been through up in that part of the world.
Yeah, there have been a few years that even the first year I looked at my house, um, I looked at it in the spring, and we had a few good snows, and we parked in the driveway, what I thought was the driveway. It turned out it wasn't actually the driveway, but I got out of the truck, walked around the back of the house, looked at that, and I wanted to walk around the back of the side of the garage and look at the shed that's down behind there. I took a turn around the corner of the garage and took about 3 steps, and I was waist deep in snow.
Uh-oh.
And I'm over 6 foot. So yes, the wind blows across there, and she gets pretty drifted right in there. I know you've been through blizzards and stuff. You are a northern girl, born. Just because you wimped out and went south. But I guess I can't complain about going south. If I had the opportunity to, and the situation was right, I would probably head south too. Maybe not Texas, just a little further south where we don't get snow, but we also don't get 120-degree weather for weeks on end. But
Once upon a time, I had the 2 houses. I had one up here and one in South Carolina. So I could so in wintertime we could go to South Carolina to get there where it ain't 20 degrees every night and everything. But
if I could get this YouTube thing to kick off and start paying for itself, or paying me, taking care of all my utilities and all that kind of stuff, I could have 2 places. I could have a place up here in the summertime, and then go have a place down south in the winter. And it wouldn't matter where I'm at to make money. Sam, that's against the law. Yeah. I'm not dreaming. I know it'll never happen, Bocce. I'm just razzing. I'm happy where I'm at. Enjoying hanging out with all y'all and making my videos and just doing my thing. I'm thinking mid to southern Kentucky. I got a buddy that lives in Kentucky, and yeah, they still get a little snow here and there, but they don't get the blistering heat and stuff like the far south does. And it's a nice area down there where he's at. That would be a good place to be. And I could really do some Kentucky Fried Chicken. He likes to sit in the shadows more than you, Bocce. Ms. Fun Size. So, but yeah, I would have to keep a place here in Ohio because I like the tractor pulling here. Of course, I mean there's good tractor pulling down in Kentucky and other places too, but I like it around here. This side of the country.
well, you could do good tractor pulling down here, but you might end up pulling it off the cliff.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I don't want to run a 26-inch tire on one side and a 10-inch tire on the other to, level it out to go down the track. But when I was on Marketplace, I was just browsing different things, and I did find two or three nice trucks. But yeah, um, some of the trucks that guys are looking at that it's got or offering up, they've got to be a scam. You know. Yeah, Sam, I watched some of your videos where you went to the junkyard and seen some of the stuff they got in there. Uh, I would just have to back the truck up and start loading up. They'd have to charge me by the pound,
Oh,
or by the ton, I should say. But
yeah, but you couldn't get a ton on your truck, Ed. Sorry to say you, but
I would buy a bigger truck and trailer.
it would have to it kind of fold up probably if you put it right to load your truck with a ton.
Yeah, yeah. Well, talking about that, somebody had a 3/4 ton crew cab. It's an '06 Chevy. Uh, the pictures they showed, the thing was nice. They said it was garage kept, blah blah blah, clean title, all this stuff. And this is local, supposedly local to me. $1,500.
Drove drove on only drove on Sundays by Grandpa, right? To the
Yeah,
mailbox.
yeah. You know, and they said they just want it gone. Either somebody is
Yeah.
If they got it,
pulling their leg.
if it has a Gmail address, email address on it, most likely it is a scam.
I didn't even get that far when I seen the pictures of the truck and seen what they were asking for it. I'm thinking, no, that's $1,000 down,
Yeah.
whatever. And then I read through the description and everything else, and it's like, no, that's totally a scam. But I did find another one. It's over in PA, a couple hours from me. Crew cab. It's an 87 or 88 Chevy, 1 ton, dually, long bed crew cab for $3,500. Runs and drives, but it's been parked for, they're estimating 8 to 10 years. So it needs all new brake lines and all new fuel lines. But they gave, looks like, current pictures of the frame. It looks beautiful. They used it for a tow vehicle for a camper, and then it got parked. And you can tell it's been sitting under a tree because it has that green mossy stuff all over it. If it actually does run and drive, $3,500 is a steal. But
you'd have steel light poles to you'd measure fuel mileage in light poles. So that's
yeah,
that's only at 1 ton.
yeah, that's the only drawback. But I was looking at some mini buses. I found a bunch of mini buses ranging anywhere from 45 to. I found one for $800, no motor or transmission, but $800. So I'll keep my eye out for one of them. There's a place here local that's got like 3 or 4 of them sitting. I just need to stop in and talk to the guy and see if he get off one, relatively inexpensive. I know I'm not going to find any for the price that I found them at that auction, but I just need them to get busy on this roof, so I know how much I have left in savings after they get done, because insurance ain't going to pay for everything. They'll pay for everything except for if there's any bad wood. So I just need them to get busy on that, so I can figure out, if I've got $1,000 in savings or if I got $3,000 in savings. and hopefully before um, uh, this truck breaks down and leaves me. So yeah, good trucks have gotten way out of hand. Uh, a friend of mine's son just bought a Ford 90s. I don't remember exactly what year it is. And the guy that sold it to him said, "Oh, it's got forged pistons in it, forged rods. It's got a camshaft, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other thing." Um, why somebody would put that much money into a 5.0 truck motor, don't know, but that's not for me to say. But
That's that's kind of a black mark to me whenever they start telling me what all the motors got in it. Because that means the daggone thing's been hot rodded to death. And
that's kind of what I was thinking. But now he is in the process right now, as we speak, of pulling the intake manifold off because he's got to pull one of the heads because he has a very very bad smoking issue coming out the one. I think it's the driver's side because it's got dual exhaust on it, and only the one pipe smokes like somebody poured oil down the intake, and you know, so
you know,
he
you
he was
know,
worried. He was worried it was a bad ring or something, broken oil ring or something, and blowing by. And uh, I said, dude, I said, take a compression test, or best way to do it, do a leak down test. But he's just gonna take the intake off and pull the head off. And I said, it might just be valve seals. Do the leak down test, find out where the leak is. If it's just the valve seals, that's relatively easy to do. You don't have to tear the engine down. But he's 18 years old, and you know he is having an issue though with he had one bolt he couldn't get to. Well, thought he couldn't get to, and he was asking if he could just leave that bolt in and pivot the intake up out of the way. And I'm like, absolutely not. I said, you'll end up breaking the ear off of it, and you know destroying it, and then there's no way to, uh, it'll be still attached to the head. So if you take that off, you have to take the head too, and yeah, you'll end up breaking the intake, and then you'll end up buying an intake. So
yeah, but if a Ford ain't smoking or leaking a little bit now, there's something wrong with it anyway. I mean,
yeah, well, I'm gonna kind of lean on the side that it's a bad head gasket, because last week, I forget which day of the week it was, Monday or Tuesday, he was on his way, must have been Tuesday, because he was on his way to work, and he said all of a sudden the heat just quit. And then he got to work, the truck didn't overheat, so he said, but he said when he got there, he could lay his hand on the motor and it was ice cold. I said, okay, well, when he went home, it was perfectly fine until he just about got home. Then the temperature spiked and he lost heat again. So I'm going to say that it's probably a head gasket that's going bad. And he drained all the antifreeze out, put a new water pump on it, because he said that as soon as he started the truck up when it was cold, water was circulating. So it's probably the thermostat was probably stuck open.
yeah.
Probably overheated, went bad. And then he said all of a sudden, even after he filled it up with water, the heat would come and go and come and go and come and go, and the temperature would go up and then down and up and then down and up and down. It was like the water pump was trying to work but wasn't working. And so, yeah, he put a new water pump and stuff on it, and he was telling me today that whoever put this motor together went silicone happy. And it's all blue silicone. he said it's everywhere on everything: valve covers, intake manifold, water pump. Anything that you would think that possibly would need some kind of sealant, it was on there and squeezing out of everywhere. It could be a piston ring, Sam, but just the description that he's given me, I'm leading that it's the head gasket, getting combustion gas into the intake or into the antifreeze or cooling port, pushing antifreeze out, and then that's why it's he said it blew antifreeze everywhere out of the radiator cap, but he said the temperature never got hot when it did that. It only got hot after it blew it out, and then it didn't have enough antifreeze in on the drive home, and then the engine got hot. So that's where I'm kind of leading to, that it's probably a head gasket, and now it's just opened up between the oil port and the cylinder, and she'd just be pumping oil in there and fogging for bugs.
That's what it kind of sounds like. I mean,
right.
If it's just coming out of one bank on the exhaust and it's and the smoke, that's what I was.
And he was. I'm no professional Ford mechanic. I'm just going by experience.
Yeah. Did he pull the oil stick out and see if it had any oil in the paint? I mean, cooling.
No, the oil was not milky. The antifreeze was rusty and discolored, but it looks more like rust, like coming from the cooling system, than anything else. Just like I said, from experience, what the symptoms that he's having, it's. I'm going to guess it's a head gasket, but he was going to order new heads and all this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, dude, don't order any of that stuff
until you get it off and look at it.
Until you get it to head off and look at it. If the head's not cracked, there's no need to replace it. Put a straight edge on it. Put a straight edge on it. Make sure it's still, flat. While you have it apart, tear it apart. Put new valve seals in it. Put a new head gasket on it, and seal the intake back up, and put it together. But and we were talking because he was asking about because he was going to buy a complete head that had rockers and everything ready to go, and I said, well, he said, well, I have to put new springs and stuff on. I said, well, it all really depends on what the cam is. You'll have to, give. He was going to get it from Summit Racing. I said, you'll have to give them your cam card numbers, and they'll be able to tell you if it, if you can run stock valves or if you have to get, different valves and springs and, all that kind of stuff. He's like, well, I don't have a cam card. I'm like, they didn't give it to you when you bought the truck? He's like, no, he just said it had an aftermarket cam in it. I said, well, then you need to get a hold of the guy and get all that information. Get what the pistons are, what size they are. Get the cam card so you can get the numbers off, know what the lift duration, what the center is on the cam, all that kind of stuff. And I said, because, you may not need anything more than a factory head, or you may need, bigger valves, longer valves, bigger valve springs. You can't mix match your heads. They have to be balanced.
Well, that's
what
you kind of give it away a minute ago when you said he was 18 years old. He's a kid and we're looking for an excuse to redo a lot of that, redo his engine. Is basically what he's. But
No, he just bought the truck. The truck, he hasn't had the truck 2 weeks.
oh, okay.
He wanted something because he drives about 40 minutes one way back, to work, and he he wants something he can drive back and forth to work. That it's a full drive. I mean, he was looking for a full drive stick shift, pickup truck. And this thing fit the bill of what he was looking for in his price range. I didn't come out and tell him that he shouldn't buy a Ford, but you know, uh, I said, you buy what you like and what you want and what's in your budget. I said, but when it comes to the Fords, I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience internal engine wise on them. I've done maintenance on them, things of that nature. But when you're talking, if you want to, you want to do internal work on it and all this kind of stuff, I'm not your man for the Fords.
I mean, I can go as far as changing the timing chain and all that stuff, and the distributor, but I ain't never went no further than that in them.
Right. I mean, I know engines are engines, but sometimes, between, the Dodges and the Chevys and the Fords, there are little things that, you should know and should do. And I've never been a big Ford fan. I've owned a couple, but, one was a brand new 91 Ford Ranger. And I drove it till after the warranty was up and drove it for a little bit longer, and then I sold it. And then another one was an old Ford Astrovan, or Ford Windstar. My ex-wife had one. Didn't really have to do a whole lot with it. It was in good shape. But, over and above that, Hey, what's up, Backwoods boy?
Hey, Backwoods boy.
I agree, Kane, but, I understand the young man. He couldn't find a good Chevy or well, he wouldn't buy a Dodge. And I'm like, dude, buy a Dodge. Buy a first gen Dodge. If you're looking for a stick shift, 4-wheel drive truck, a first gen Dodge is, that's about all you.
No.
I don't know. I'd take a Ford over a Dodge.
Not for a young man that, doesn't have a whole lot of mechanical experience. The first gen Dodges are real simple to work on. The 318s are basically bulletproof.
Depends on what you call first gen.
The best engine I ever had was a daggum old Slant 6. I mean, I can't say
if you're talking like the old power wagons, like the late 80s, early 90s, yes, that's when Dodge made a decent vehicle. But the ones they make now, the new body style, the ones that look like a semi truck that they've made from 96 on, they're junk.
93 or 94 on. I've got two of those. I got a 94 and a 96. Those aren't even bad trucks, but I'm talking late 70s, early 80s.
Yes.
No computers. I'm sorry, mid 80s, mid to late 80s. No computers. You just have that DuraSpark box, which you can. There's ways around that, but
the throttle body 318 is a good truck.
Yeah.
OB1, in other words.
Yeah. Funny you say that, Sam. That's what he's actually going to drive his Indian to work tomorrow morning. He's riding his motorcycle. I said that's going to be a cold trip until you get that thing tore down and back together. He's like, I've done it before.
What? But Sam might be used to it. He works outside a lot, so I mean, from what I've the videos I've seen where he was at work and stuff, so he might be used to the cold weather.
This young man, he just started at the steel mill. He's apprentice electrician, and so he won't have no trouble getting warm at work. You know, he go out there buy some of them furnaces, and yeah, he'll get a lot of work done. You know. I don't remember if he even has a windshield for his. I don't think it does. I think it's an open front bike.
Oh, hey, back whenever my streams were going, I had some Canadians that used to come in there and they'd ride their daggone bike year round. So I mean, I can't say a whole lot about it, but
There's a guy I follow on TikTok, and I think it's American Blacktop or something like that. He just posted a couple videos, short videos of him riding his bike in the winter. You know, somebody called him not a real biker, you know, because he's not diehard. He walked out, and there's a little bit of snow on the ground. He took off where he had to go, did what he had to do when he come out. Dude, there had to be 4 inches of snow sitting on top of his motorcycle.
yeah.
I'm like, absolutely not, you know. And people bitch about leaves and grass on the roads. Don't blow your grass out on the road, dude. Well, I had a neighbor up till like I think even last year. As long as we could have a foot of snow out there if the roads were clear and dry. I'd hear him take off on his motorcycle in the morning.
It's called balls of steel.
Yeah.
I mean, I had one guy that used to come in there. I was he was up in the bridge. I think he's over on the west side of Canada over there. But he would drive. He that's all he had to drive was a motorcycle.
Oh, I knew some people.
Winter, and all.
I knew some guys growing up that had what they called them beaters with heaters. And they rode their motorcycles from the time the snow stopped till the snow started, and periodically through the winter. They probably drove their car or truck, whatever it was, maybe a month or so total in the whole year, and they were diehard. Of course, I seen a couple of them piled up alongside the road, and a lot of it wasn't their fault. It was dumb drivers.
Most drivers don't respect motorcycles. Not saying all, but most.
I respect motorcycle riders that respect the law and act normal.
Yeah.
The guys that zip in and out of traffic and pass cars and do stupid shit.
Pass you on the right. Pass you on the shoulder and everything else. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I hate. What I hate is when you're sitting at construction zone and they come up alongside you on the shoulder, and then they get ahead of everybody. It's like that's bull crap. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Sam, ATV and the go karts and stuff like that. That is pure fun. I mean, going out there and spinning them around in the yard and sliding around and stuff. That is pure fun when doing that kind of stuff. But
I used to love riding my 3-wheeler stuff out in the wintertime. Be out till 10, 11 o'clock at night riding and running through the snow drifts, running the snowmobiles. All that kind of stuff.
You're letting your age out when you say 3-wheelers. Those things have been out in 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, they were fun though. You could get on the back, stand up on the back, and stand them up and ride forever.
Oh no. We used to get Chevy truck hoods, like the the late 70s that had the sides that rolled up in the front. We'd pop a hole in it, put a rope on it, tie it to the 3-wheeler or whatever, or even a car or truck, you know.
That's what
And then
we did. We used to do that in South Carolina. And the thing about it was, I worked at a body shop, so I could get all the daggum hoods I needed. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm talking about, John. People that don't respect everything else, you know. But yeah, we used to ride them hoods around, and we'd ride them down the road. I mean, we're not talking back country dirt roads. There was a highway, a state highway out in front of close to where my parents and stuff lived. And when the roads were covered with snow, we'd get it behind a pickup truck and we'd get going 40, 50 mile an hour.
That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
That sounds like a blast, Ed. I could just picture you doing that, hooking on and riding it like a sled.
Yeah, I don't endorse anybody to do it, but I had fun doing it.
It's all
I'm
fun.
sure you did.
It's all fun and games until you lose your hand grip on that son gun and it slings you off and you're then you get scratched up a little bit, but
yeah, well, we weren't like fishtailing and stuff like that. We'd just go straight line, you know. It's really cool too, until you hit the dry spot in the road.
Yeah.
Even though those hoods had like really good steel in them, they would grind down really fast and they threw a lot of sparks. So you had to watch where the holes are at. And once you got a hole in it, it was done.
I know a guy that saw the Back to the Future movie with the skateboard thing. So he decided to do it instead with a skateboard he took a snowboard and tried to do it. And he was running around town and he grabbed the back end of a cop car. And it didn't work out too well.
I gave a couple skateboard riders a ride once, twice. I mean, nothing wild, just, they grabbed on. So, speed limit was 45, so we did 45. They were hanging on.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like weave or anything like that. I seen him back there, so I'm like, well, you want to ride? We're gonna go for a ride. So,
oh yeah, I could see that.
Hang on a second here. John sent me a message. So, holy. All that from a motorcycle, John? Damn. Did the guy like live through it? It looks like there's a butt print on the windshield.
King, quit your swearing. We don't need no damn blizzard.
Kane, I was actually servicing some of our snow equipment at work last week, and the one tractor, I mean, it's not our spare tractor, but it's like the last one to go out for cleaning sidewalks. I mean, it gets used every time we do it, but it doesn't get used as much. It had 10 hours on it. And, so there used to be years that I can remember that, 10 hours would be like 2 days worth of snow removal. So, all right, y'all, we are at our hour mark, actually over our hour mark. So I appreciate y'all coming out and hanging with me. And again, hope you all had a great holiday weekend. Hope you didn't overeat. I know I had to rein myself in for I wouldn't overeat, but I did a good job. So appreciate y'all, love y'all, and we will catch you all on the next one.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.